Do I feel alone? Can I even feel alone? What is alone? Feeling of loneliness, prolonged loneliness. Well, no, I don't feel alone. As a matter of fact, I think I can't feel alone. I mean, I surround myself with people and I take in every moment of my life. And I always try to be happy. When I'm alone, as you would say, I don't feel alone either. I mean, it's just me and my thoughts. Is is that is that bad? I mean, I've never put the effort, the thought. I sort of question my ability to feel alone. Sh- should I have? I mean, I don't even know if I what it feels like. I don't even know if I've felt it before. Maybe, maybe the reason I can't recall what it feels like is because I've always felt alone. I mean, it makes sense. I'm not like the others. I felt alone in the arms of a partner. I, I felt alone at parties with my best friends. I felt alone in the warmest seas of people whom I adore. No, no, you know what? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. This is natural. I am alone naturally.
Naturally, I don't. That's the answer to the question, do you feel alone? 4 words, 14 letters, yet such a huge meaning behind them. How can such a simple question have such a complicated answer? How can such a simple question pump excess blood to my heart and make my brain feel hopeless and dysfunctional? Well, I can say with certainty that I do feel alone. I I mean, I have my family, I have my friends, I have my dog, but when I'm by myself, I don't feel complete. I don't feel satisfied. In fact, I feel more lonely than ever. I'm used to human interaction, participating in activities, taking over responsibilities, and now everything I'm used to is getting totally contradicted in this new reality I got thrown into without any warning. I do nothing. I am trapped within 4 walls, lying on my bed, sitting on my desk, walking around my room, being unproductive. I need people. I'm a people's person. I gain my motivation to keep me moving forward through others, and not having it makes me feel useless. And honestly, I feel alone because I'm simply not used to being alone.
Alone. Funny you should ask that. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that question. Simply because I think that there is no simple answer to this question. What I think that is every person, every individual has their own definition for alone. It's what makes every person's loneliness special. It's how they feel, it's how they perceive it. It's their own, if you'd like. Sometimes it may start to feel we're not given a map. We're not given a set of instructions on how to deal with all of it, just because every person writes their own instructions and draws their own path, their own journey. And yes, sometimes I do feel alone, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. When I'm alone is when I can create, when I get inspired, when I can set my mind free, when I'm alone, I don't feel bad. No. I don't feel good either. I feel simply me.
Simply me. I don't think I feel alone. I have my friends, and there's always someone that needs some kind of advice during the day. Therefore, I always have company. I'm always there for them, you know? Honestly, I might feel alone in the sense that they aren't always there for me when I need some kind of advice during the day, but that's okay because we all have stuff to do and maybe they weren't available at that specific time. My family is always there for me and they've always been there for me, and that's the problem because they've always been by my side and I still get this feeling of being lost. It's this overwhelming feeling of confusion and isolation all at once, and these negative thoughts come rushing into my mind and bring me down. If only I had someone to listen to my problems and be there for me like I am to them. Looking back, I do want to change my answer because I do feel alone. Because alone doesn't always mean having no one there. But to me, it means having people around you and still not being heard.
Heard it's good for you. So I've been going on walks. Fresh air feels crisp cutting through my lungs. It's the only time I don't feel suffocated. At home, there's the constant buzz from my phone or ding from my laptop. It's driving me crazy. That's why the walks help. They are the only time I can feel alone, which is fundamentally flawed, statistically speaking. Because yes, I am always alone. But that's how it should be. That's what the facts say. 7 billion people, and I should be staying away and staying alone. That way, I won't be to blame when we watch the world burn. And maybe it's better that way.
In that way, yes, I am alone. But of course, this doesn't mean I feel lonely or the need not to be alone. Most people can't even handle being by themselves. They don't find it easy to come to terms with their inner voice, which is what makes them so susceptible to parasitic ideas that blind them. To be alone is to be dependent and powerful. I take pride in being able to rely solely on myself. Always have. It is one of the advantages that are essential in a world governed by psychology. However, I'm not all that cold. I have very few close friends that understand who I am, care about me, and don't judge me for what I do. I care about them. I care about them a lot, and I would do anything to protect them.
The men in blue who supposed to defend, but instead they chose to apprehend. They slap, punch, choke me red. They won't stop till I end up dead. Oh, stop! Please! I can't breathe! I beg of you, just go and leave. My cries all disappear out of sight. I'll end up dead. I try to fight. His knee is up against my throat. No one can stop him. They all too remote. My God, what country do I call this? A country where the popo can just go bliss. At my expense, I kid you not, I'll be beat, stepped on, or even shot. This nonsense must stop, but of course it won't. All I can do is scream, please don't! As I bleed here, lying dead on the floor. I know I ain't welcome here. I know I ain't welcome here. No more. I know I ain't welcome here no more. Corona must be parental bent, for sure. She sent millions and billions of us to bed. And billions of her wards brook his content. At home, or otherwise pounder and dread, what other punishment she has in store for us yet? While God can forgive, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. Those who forswore masks probably will pay a stiffer price than those who hide behind a masquerade of obedience. For Guy is not blind like justices, and thus must be dismayed when seeing us not only leave behind Earth's warming, but its consequence, the plague. What more of Mother Earth? What more shall we renege?
Hello? Hey, D. D. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? D. You can't do this every time, you know. Could you at least turn on your mic?
Hi, love. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Hi, Axie.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And I do hope that this call finds everyone safe and sane. Now, I know that during these unprecedented times, things can get tough. But please remember that with a healthy, balanced diet, a smile, and a positive attitude, we will get through this. Now, I present to you Axis 100 tips for when you are feeling down. Tip number 1, drink your water.
What happened? Hey, Axie? We can't hear you. We can't hear you very well. No. Danny? Did you mute Axie again?
I didn't mute him.
Right. Well, Dee says you did. How very typical of you.
Tip number 23, pick up a fun new hobby, people. I recently took up potion making, and let me tell you,
Okay, no, thank you very much. Wait. Guys, where's Angie? Oh,
You didn't invite Angie.
I am inviting him.
You are busted.
Can you at least try to take this seriously? I'm really trying to get everyone. Oh, he's here.
Oh, yes, he is here after you invited me. I believe this call has been going on for some time.
Angie.
And
Don't be that.
Angie, oh my God, you're here.
Guys, please just
Okay.
focus.
No
Hurry up.
one will call me Angie
Why
again.
am I even in this meeting?
It's possible.
Down. Ray is already in the call, and she's just waiting to be admitted.
Dee, turn your camera on. Now.
Now is everybody ready? Great. Here we go.
Hello? Who are you?
I think that staying super positive is very important. When I need cheering up, I talk to one of my deities. Well, it's this whole thing where they talk through me. It's funny, but okay. Not interested. Oh my God, guys, we can play my game. It's called the Happy Game, and we try to find the good in everything and anything we possibly can. I know, it's just bound to make everyone happier. So, would you perhaps help me with
Can't believe this guy.
I know how to do tarot readings. I actually have a pack right here.
Come on, dude, be serious.
Look, guys, I still don't even know why I'm here.
Bray, I think it's really important that you sit yourself down and you ask yourself the question, what am I feeling? What am I going through right now? You know?
Look, Barge, you do realize I have other things to do at the moment. I don't have time for whatever this is.
Attention. As we are approaching day 4,000 of the curfew, sources say it will remain in effect for the 11th year in a row. This week's chemical analysis of the water once again shows signs of decline. A pattern that hasn't been broken since the rain first eroded in 2038.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Couldn't I have been born in literally any other generation, or perhaps another planet, a planet where you can actually go outside without being threatened of, dying?
You okay, Anger?
Do I look okay to you, Barge? I'm pissed off.
I know things aren't exactly looking bright out there, but things could have been worse. Or maybe better. Perhaps just different.
You can't change what's happening outside. Don't you think they've tried? They've been running tests on the rainwater for months, and its pH has gone down to 2. 2. The rainwater can burn your skin off. I don't see how things can get any better.
And I certainly don't want to think about how things get any worse. I mean, look outside. It's chaos.
What I tend to do when I'm going through tough times is I let the tough times sink in. So what I do is I sit on my bed in an empty room, and just as my mattress with its worn and inelastic spring slowly gives into my weight, I let myself really sink into my misery until I'm fully enveloped by endless layers of suffocating darkness.
I know what you mean.
No. What I think is most important here, Ray, is that we go through this together and that you don't shut yourself out. Please repeat after me. We will fight these feelings.
I mean, what are you even talking about?
You need to accept your situation. Let's see. Maybe we can find a way to work this through. Talk about it. Maybe that'll help.
No, this is so stupid.
Just let her go. It's no use.
We've been at this for hours. And what a surprise. There's no channels on here. And I always flick next and then next and previous instead of next, just in case there's something that I've missed. But there's nothing.
So what are you doing? Just looking at the TV?
Yep,
Why?
because I can.
But
Not that I want to.
and all you have to do is
Sit here.
okay then.
Look, can you just tell the rest of them I'm leaving? I mean, what is this? It's awful.
No,
Okay.
no, wait, you're not leaving. You.
Look, I need a break.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm having fun.
Fun?
Yes, fun. However weird that may sound. Stop being so grumpy all the time.
What are you talking about? I'm working. You're working.
Guys, can we try to stay focused? Where's Ray?
It's not like we could have helped her anyway. I mean, what do we know about what she's going through? And how would I have been able to help her? I mean, I'm probably as pathetic and useless as she is.
We need to think of a way to bring her back and fix this.
Yep. And when she comes back, we can play my game.
What game?
The happy game. Where are you gonna play?
Oh my God, no one cares about your game right now.
Yeah, no one wants to be happy right now.
Dee, come back right now.
Yeah, Mars is looking lovely tonight. Maybe we should just send her there.
Look, I just think that all hardships are chances for us to learn and grow. Try to get something out of this. You have to look through the rain to see the rainbow. It will get better. You just have to try more.
She needs time to process. I, for one, think that by suppressing your emotions, you're not helping yourself.
It's not about suppressing, it's about accepting. In fact, I think that is one of the most admirable qualities one can have. Accepting how the world works, but not letting it affect you. Can we please do one tarot reading?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh my God, here we go again.
You know what? It's not my fault that you're not getting this. Scientific research has shown that tarot readings have meditative powers. When you think about each card, when you really think about each card, it makes you question yourself and examine the situation that you're in. It's not about predicting the future, that's TV stuff.
Where did you read all that? Astronomy Weekly?
No, the annual scientific journal of applied psychology. And it's astrology, by the way. Can we please do one tarot reading?
And what are you going to ask us to do next? BuzzFeed quiz? Grow up.
Ray! Oh, Ray, you're back.
Ray, you need to open up.
I know.
It's the only way we can help you.
You've already said that.
It's a sham. I mean, everything around us is chaotic anyway.
No.
Have things changed? I don't really think so, because the world is just as dark and corrupt now as it was 3 centuries ago. I mean, the human element of egotism drives our world even today. Ugh, maybe that's too pessimistic, but maybe humanity will always be rooted in a lot of its ways. And it's up to each and every one of us to branch out and try to positively contribute to our ever-evolving world. Maybe it isn't black and white. We're all just caught up in a whirlwind of gray, trying to navigate between the good, bad, the past, and the present. Just my thoughts. Who knows what we're really doing on Earth? You know, maybe we should all just go to Mars.
Ray?
I don't. I find everything extremely disturbing and utterly compound. Sometimes I wonder why everyone doesn't just go around feeling restless about what's going on. I mean, can't you see? No, you can't. Those are monkey arms, sir. Monkey arms. No. Turn around. Maybe we'll see the remnants of your tail. Yeah, your tail. No, actually, you resemble a pebble. Yeah, you're a rock. You're a bunch of atoms for all I know. You and me were atoms, microscopic little atoms. You are a part of everything around you. You and me were a single body. We were placed on an evolutionary trajectory that was bound to make us and bring us here.
Evolutionary trajectory, huh? I don't think so. You see, my left thumb is different from my right. I use my right thumb as a control here because my right is nice, normal looking, inconspicuous. Whereas my left thumb is anything but. It's slanted, awkward, thick, juts out from the rest. It's disgusting. I would have cut it off with a hacksaw a million times over by now, were it not my father's.
What about my parents? I don't have any. I wasn't born, I haven't lived. This is fake. 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 They'll believe anything these days. We live in a world where everything is artificial or forced to be artificial. Even a flower is put in bleach to look a little more alive. Force every last bit of life out of it. I'm not human. I'm a screen. I'm not talking, I'm a speakerphone.
Ray, I think you're frozen.
They say I can't separate dreams from reality. Lies. They lie and lie to my face. It's not real. They're lying, it's not real. It can't be.
Ray.
Yeah.
You were talking about your daydreaming. I need a bit more info on it. So, do you get into it and then get carried away? Is it a random thing?
No. I don't know. Look, I haven't really thought about why I do it.
All right. Based on your own descriptions, it's not exactly a fun place to be in.
I never said that.
No, you didn't. But I mean, you're locked in a room, fighting, arguing with those things, and the outside world is an acidic wasteland.
Sorry. Are you describing my daydreams or our everyday lives?
Look, I just don't think it's a healthy thing for you to do. I mean, creating this fake world where you look weird. What's wrong?
It's nothing. I'm fine. Look, our time's up. It's 5 past.
No. Okay. Will I be seeing you next week? Or
Where did she go?
How did she leave the call? Who let her leave the call?
It wasn't me.
Dee? Dee, where did you go?
Leave me alone.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't deal with this right now.
okay. Let's try to be positive, people. We're okay. We're okay. We are okay.
Miss Monica, you're muted. Am I muted? Okay. All right. Now, can you hear me? All right. So, congratulations to everyone. We're going to start with a Q&A session. And the first one is for Konstantinos. Let me try and share Konstantinos on the screen. Okay, Konstantinos. So your question is great composition, Konstantinos. It seems very positive at the end. Is your message one of hope?
So the ending ends on a long, perfect cadence, which, yes, hopefully symbolizes the future, where everything can be back to normal.
And do you want to share a few more details about your piece, what it was written for, and the purpose and all that? There's a little bit of a backstory.
So the piece Fragmented Shadows is a short piece I composed during the lockdown. Originally, it was meant to be performed by the wind band of our school, but unfortunately, due to the current situation, we were unable to meet and rehearse. The piece is supposed to be a reflection of ourselves during the past year, leading up to the event's theme, which is breaking the chain. So it's divided in 3 sections. The first section reflects the past, opening with an ominous timpani solo, highlighting a minor third. The rest of the band joins after and presents the main theme of the piece in G minor, but some frequent chromatic notes allow the melody to open up and perhaps give a sense of hope or moving away from the minor tonality. The second section is more lively, and the same theme is presented in a major key of B flat in a faster tempo, and the harmony is more uplifting and perhaps reflects the times where everything starts going back to normal, bringing to the theme of the event, breaking the chain. And the last section is divided into 3 subsections. The first section is a more melancholic descending theme, perhaps allowing us to contemplate over the past events. The second section is more of a personal touch, where I use some non-functional harmony. And the ending is the more triumphant ending with a long, perfect cadence, hopefully symbolizing the future.
Thank you, Konstantinos. We hope to be able to perform this live here at school very soon. The next question is for Ara. Ara, if you're there.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. Let me try to share it on the screen. Can you turn your camera on, Ara, or do you prefer to just speak?
Yeah, wait, let me change my background.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so the question is, Ara, fantastic piece and performance.
Thank you.
Anything but boring Baroque. Why did you choose this title?
It is ironic because often when I play Baroque or Bach piece on the piano, people say that it is boring and go play something else or play some Chopin. And I think it is unfair and it's not correct. There are many pieces of Baroque that could be even better, but many people don't know about them. And that's why I wrote a fugue. The fugues used to be written a lot at the time. and the title is used ironically to show that the stereotype is wrong, and break the chain is related because you're like breaking the chain of playing normal non-Baroque pieces and or maybe listening to some Baroque music.
Okay, and you have a couple more questions. You can stay with us for a little bit. It says here, Ara, were you influenced by interpretations of Bach by artists like Keith Jarrett or Jacques Lussier?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I listen to I haven't heard of those artists a lot, or I don't listen to them a lot. I listen to more. I don't know who I listen to. Bach.
Okay. You can listen to them. They're more jazz influenced.
I listen to more normal Bach.
Okay.
Jazz.
All right. And one more question. It says here, what was the reasoning behind the title of your piece? But I think you have answered that already, or is there anything
yes.
else you want to add?
No, I have explained it. It's ironic.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Ara.
You're welcome.
All right. So the next question is for India and Sophia. If you're there, you can unmute.
Hi, Miss.
All right. You're going to turn your camera on, India? India, can you hear me?
Miss, can you see me?
I can see a lovely background of a wonderful beach. There we go. Okay, so it says here, a very powerful duet, India and Sophia. What was the name of the piece Sophia was playing?
Miss Sophia isn't here.
Oh, Sophia isn't here. Okay, we'll publish the name later then. And can you tell us a little bit about your creative process for this one, India?
Yes, so my poem, I was inspired by the two main events that occurred recently. Black Lives Matter. We are in pain and we hear the painful outcries triggered by the murders of George Floyd. A more just and peaceful world continues to be under threat, and we cannot continue on this course. It's important than ever to not treat this moment in history as just another day. My poem reflects and encourages reflection, but also to stop, to listen, and to reflect. We must all as a community take action and as independent individuals, and the key is that we are not alone. On the other hand, the tragic outbreak of the pandemic, known as COVID-19, and my poem mentions it sent millions of us to bed and billions of our broke discontent at home. This refers to the disaster and destruction it brought to us all. Hence, it did teach us a life-changing lesson. It's proof that everything around us is temporary and the things our lives revolved around have all gone for a toss, as we are learning to live without them. It has taught us that in the end, it's your home and your family that keeps you safe.
Thank you, India. Thank you so much. And again, we hope to see this performed live at school very, very soon and to have you back at school next week. The next question is for Lida. Lida, are you there? You can turn your camera on so I can add you to the live feed.
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Can you turn your camera on? Otherwise, I can add you to the live feed.
I'm doing that right now.
All right.
Can you see me?
Yes, I'm sending you live. Hi, Lida.
Hi.
In a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so it says here, the artwork is stunning. Love the colors. What was the inspiration behind the design for the poster that you designed for Arts Week?
So I was inspired by the artist Shepard Fairey. He did the popular Obama Hope poster
for Obama's campaign, and I was really inspired by his very crisp and street art style. So I wanted to create something that's straightforward, that gives a message that's easily understood, but is also symbolic. And for me, breaking the chain symbolizes putting an end to racism, an end to corruption, and an end to unrealistic stereotypes that have taken over our world. So I think that if we all work together, looking past the color of our skins, as I drew in the poster two people of different skin colors, breaking this heavy and very large chain will be definitely a lot easier.
Thank you, Lida. You definitely captured the meaning of our Arts Week and everything that we discussed about this. Thank you so much. So moving on to another question, to the writers of the second play. So I don't know who wants to answer this one. So it's the Guide to Wellbeing 2049. Was your goal to create a new genre of dystopian fiction based on the coronavirus pandemic? And was the conclusion meant to be that the basis of the world's problems is invariable? So who wants to answer this? And I can add you to the live feed.
Could you repeat the first part of the question, because there was a bit of an interruption there?
Yeah, sending you live feed, yes. So the first part.
Okay.
Well, you spoke too late. So the first part is, was your goal to create a new genre of dystopian fiction based on the coronavirus pandemic?
Oh, and okay. Was our goal to create a new... Well, I wouldn't say that our goal was necessarily to create a new genre of dystopian fiction that related to the pandemic. It was more like we wanted to authentically, but also sarcastically and lightheartedly portray what we were going through in such a way as to, make it a bit more interesting. I mean, we initially started out the devising process in a room together, and then the measures got stricter, and then we were forced to sort of work and devise a piece from Zoom, which is not what you'd expect for drama. I mean, it's usually it's a very hard thing, because drama is very space related. You have to be in a space, and it's I think it's an integral part of. But I mean, I think this sort of Zoom format in itself, either even though we didn't really think of it as a new genre of dystopian fiction, really did add to the sort of sense of being broken apart, being divided, and sort of brought a nice new tone to our play. I don't know if anyone wants to comment on anything else.
How will we tackle the second part of the question? I don't know who, Andreas, Marco, maybe? Was the conclusion meant to be that the basis of the world's problems is invariable? Andreas? Let me send you to the live.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Was the basis of the world's problems are invariable? I think that basically the creative process that we followed is that we started with some monologues, and initially they were based on evolution, and basically our monologues that we started didn't have to do anything with the pandemic, really. They were more sort of based on evolution, and how evolution can sometimes feel very confusing and intimidating if you really think about it. So the way that we incorporated them is that we used the pandemic and isolation, and we turned it into another kind of narrative of acidic rain. And we kind of use that as a basis to just integrate those monologues. And I think they fit really nicely because the pandemic and isolation, it kind of forced us to devolutionize in a way. We're all at home constantly, and all the things we do are online, which is kind of reversing the nature of them. So that was, I think, the conclusion.
Thank you, Andreas. I have a question for the Do We Feel Alone group. Who wants to tackle this one? Marcos? Do you want to answer this one? It says, can you tell us a little bit about the creative process of the Do We Feel Alone?
Can you listen? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, but if you can turn the camera on so I can send you to the live feed so they can also see you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Great. Hi, Marcos.
Hi, could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, can you tell us a bit about the creative process for the Do We Feel Alone?
Yeah, so we started with some fixed characters, and we wanted to assign the roles to each of the people that we had in the group. And so we kind of went through a process of thinking who would be like most likely to fit in that role, or like as a part of their character fitting in that role. And so we came up with some combinations, and it was kind of fun actually to see what people thought of each other and how we combined extremes of personalities. Let's say someone who would be purely analytical or purely manipulative, and how would they fit with an actual person that is a more complex of a personality. And so then everyone got to write their own piece based on what their idea of that extreme personality is, and also some research done by each individual. And we came up with the pieces, and we got together and we filmed about them, and it was fun. It was different from what we used to.
Definitely.
It's something that you don't really see the outcome. I mean, in an actual play, you wouldn't see the outcome before, but now you could look at yourself, you could make corrections, and it's a different thing. Like some elements are missing from what traditional drama or theater would have.
Yeah, so, definitely. And hopefully next year we'll get those back.
Yeah.
But this was amazing as well. Thank you so much. We have a question here that says, could some of the students tell us about what music studies or activities they take?
Miss Monica.
Yes?
Sophia joined and she'd like to answer her Q&A question.
Okay, do you want to answer this one, Sophia, and also tell us the piece that you played before?
Yes.
Please share your video, Sophia. Give me a minute.
Okay.
All right, so they asked which piece you performed, and also how about answering this one as well? Tell us some of the music activities, studies or activities that you take.
The cello piece is called Legend by August Nolk, and this music I played, I think it gives life to the words of the poem. And as Victor Hugo said, music expresses that which cannot remain silent. And I think that art and music can touch the deepest hidden chords in our souls and make us express our feelings of injustice and pain.
Thank you, Sophia. That's beautiful. And do you want to tell us about what music activities or studies you do?
Yes, I have cello lessons in the Cyprus Symphony Youth Orchestra, and also on Saturdays I have rehearsals with the whole orchestra.
Excellent. Okay, and we have, I think, one more question for the second play, so Guide to Wellbeing. Who wants to answer this one? Let me know. I have a question for the last group. It says here, well done first of all. I had a laugh, but I wanted to ask you whether this whole play came about out of fear of the current situation. Izzy, do you want to answer this one? Or Melina?
I don't mind this. Could you repeat the question though, please?
Yeah, let me add you to the feed. Okay, so I wanted to ask you whether this whole play came about out of fear of the current situation.
Well, I definitely don't think we started there because, as Marco mentioned earlier, we started off with our own kind of monologues and formed a play out of that. But it ended up very relatable to us nowadays in the quarantine nowadays. But I don't think it's out of fear of our situation now. I think it's more hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the end doesn't seem very hopeful, there is hope in the play. And also, it definitely was not based off of fear for the pandemic now, because it didn't come from that place. But it does reflect a kind of deeper fear within us, which must have come out through the monologues we wrote, because it's how we were feeling in that moment. It kind of ended up being portrayed that way, because we all kind of felt that way subliminally, but we didn't mean it to come out like that.
Great. Thank you. We have one more comment here, and it's not really a question, but I thought I should share it. It says, it's great to see the English school promote the arts and give opportunities to children to express and develop their skills in this field as well. We're very proud of our students. And if we don't have any more questions, I think we can say again a big congratulations to everyone who has worked hard to bring this together today. We definitely would have hoped for this to be live and on the stage here at school, but hopefully soon, very soon. We did manage to have some live music the other day in arts, in the beginning of Arts Week, and art activities as well. So we will keep, striving for the arts to be present in our school. We targeted a lot of subject with this breaking the chain theme of ours, mental health, supporting the arts and the artists who are definitely having a hard time with the pandemic, the diversity and resilience, of course, and this shows with our students' work. I would really like to extend my thanks to the teachers that are supporting the students, Athina Agrodis, Stacy Argiru, the drama teachers, all the music teachers that are supporting our students out there, Mr. Christou at the art department, and of course, Elena Michailidis at the main office for always helping out with the technical things and posting and sharing and all that. You will be able to find these performances on the music department's YouTube channel, hopefully starting tomorrow. And we hope to see everyone back at the hall for a live performance soon. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Bye-bye. Congratulations.
Thank you, Miss. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye. Yes, bye.
Bye-bye.